Yisachar, first is the tchelis. First is the tchelis, and then it's the tefillin all day. I hear.
I wasn't here.
It's step by
I
step.
was to the bottom here.
Okay. Yasher koyach to Noam.
Lots of ants.
Ants?
Yeah, lots of ants.
Whoa. Okay, you're in charge of dance during the show. I can't bother myself with that.
I can't either, but you gotta pay attention.
All right, we're holding that Lamed Beis, Amud Aleph, 2468, lines down. Yishkoyach Noam for getting us to there last night. Thank you. Hiboylahu. So we're discussing the concept of Avlah. The Gemara says, depending according to who, you could do Avlah with Meiser. You can't sell the meat, but you could sell the horns, the hide, stuff that's not edible, and you mavliya the meat into it. So you sell the horn, instead of selling for $1, you sell it for $1,000. They say the meat that goes with the animal is included in that horn. I'm giving it to you for free. You just bought a very expensive horn. Bones have literally no use usually. So could I sell a person a bone and charge him $1,000 for a bone that's useless and throw in the meat? There's no machloikis. We're talking about a small animal, so it has absolutely no use. So you cannot do havlah and something. You're not going to fool anybody. Nobody buys a bone. Period. Forget about for what price. The Hobegaso, and we're talking about a larger animal, Zokt Rashi, that people would make handles for axes or hammers or tools in general. This kalim, what?
Gotta bring one of those in. Picture's not enough.
Right. It's pretty bony, this one. I found a good bone. Here, you see this socket right over here?
That is a bone.
Yeah.
Copper bone.
But Eskimos till this very day use bones, they walruses and all that stuff, so it's a thing.
Why don't they make a shaykhah?
We're discussing a larger animal. Obviously, if it's a small animal, it doesn't even begin. But we're talking about a larger animal. If you're in the North Pole, so then it works, havla. And if you live in Bet Shemesh, nobody uses a bone, so you cannot do havla here. Oh, now we're going back. What Masechta was that? Which Masechta was it? Just limudim all day long. Was it Chulin?
Yeah.
Zvachim? I don't remember anymore. It's a big blur.
Asklayim.
Chulin. Okay, it's Chulin. Exactly. Thank you. Very good. Very good. He knew what day not to show up. This is not the day. Zakti Gemara, no. Gishmak limudim. Rabbi Isai. It's beautiful. Gufa. Bechoro Eimer. Lo yivde. Okay, so let me show you what I did over here, just to make it very simple. Because the Gemara actually goes on a little bit of a tangent, a 9-step tangent, but we can make it very simple. We're going to be discussing 3 things: Bechor, Meiser, and Cherem. Bechor, it says Lo Sifta. You can't redeem a Bechor. By Meiser, it says Lo Yigol. You cannot redeem Meiser. It's the same meaning, different word. Here in Cherem, it says Lo Yigol, the same exact word as in Meiser. What does Cherem mean? Cherem means a person says he wants to give a donation to a kohen or to the Beis Hamikdash. In our case, we're talking about Daf Yomi kohen. So he says, this chair, this thing should be Cherem. When it's in his rishus, it has a halach of hegdish, of kodesh, as we're going to see. Once he gives it to the kohen can do whatever he wants with it. Cherem. Now, here's the thing.
It's not the same meaning.
What?
Yesterday we said it's not the same meaning. Lo tifta and lo yigal. Lo tifta means you can't, but the kohen can. Lo yigal means lo olam, never, not chai, not.
Okay, let's see how it works here. Now, each one over here, I knew it's going to be a problem with you today. He knows his stuff.
We're teaching that to
Okay, exactly. Each one has a special chumrah, special maila. What's the maila in each one? And if each one has a maila, you shouldn't be able to theoretically learn one out of the other. The maila of Bechor is that it's Kaddish Merechem. It's born, the Kedusha, you don't have to make it Kaddish. Meiser, very interesting thing. It's a famous halacha. How does Meiser work? All 10 animals come out of the pen. The 10th one he goes kodesh. If he made a mistake and he messed up and he said the 9th one is kodesh, that's also kodesh. And then he puts himself back on track and he calls the 10th one. He goes, the 9th he calls 10th. He goes, no, I made a mistake. So he calls the next one 9, and then the 11th one he calls 10. The kids who made all 3 kodesh, they all have kedusha. So that's a chiddush. They all have kedusha. And by cherim, as we're going to see, it's chal on everything, on all the animals in the pen could be cherim. I could say I want to donate all 10 animals to the kohen. I could also say I want to make a oila. I want to make it cherim, and then I have to give whatever the value of a oila is. I have to give to the kohen. So it's chal on everything. So those are the chumras. Now let's see inside. Bechoros omer lo yivda. V'nimkar. So we have to remember this. Bechor, at the end of the day, you can sell. The kohen could sell it. The meiser nemar lo yigol. It says you can't redeem. Ve'einu nimkar. Oh, and that's today's sugya. These words. Lo yigol ve'einu nimkar. I cannot sell meiser. And all the Gemara wants to do is figure out why can't you sell this meiser. I can't sell it lo chai v'lo shachot. I can't sell it in any stage. As we said yesterday, there's Gzera D'Rabbanan on Shachot, V'loi Tam, V'loi Balmum. Doesn't matter if it has a mum or not. Minani Mili. So how do I know this thing that I can't sell Meiser? Omer Rav Chinin Omer Rav. So there's 3 pshatim here. This is the most difficult one, the longest one. This is Rav. V'chein Omer Rav Dimi Omer Rav Yochanan. Nemar lo yigol b'Meiser, v'nemar lo yigol b'Charomim. Very simple Gzera Shava. Look, it's perfect. The words mamish fit in. Lo yigol, lo yigol. It says by cherim lo yigol, and by cherim I can't sell it. So by meiser I can't sell it. Straight out Gzera Shava. But what's the problem with this Gzera Shava? I have these guys in the bottom. How can you learn out meiser from here? This is chal ala kol. This has green over here. So how can I? There's a trick. There is a way to learn from here, even if I have a big purifier. What's the trick? Mufna. If these words, either or, lo yigol, lo yigol, are completely unnecessary, so they come to tell us, Gzera Shava, that you cannot be mafrich. It's as if the Torah said it specifically in the Torah. If the Torah says, do not sell meiser, you can't ask me kasha, oh, but it's chal, it's not. The Torah says you can't sell it, finished, end of story. So if I have a Gzera Shava with the mufna, it's a bomb Gzera Shava. So these guys on the bottom don't work. Zok the Gemara, Baruch atah Adinu Eloheinu melech haolam she'hakol niyeh b'dvaroi. Nemar lo yigol b'meiser v'nemar lo yigol b'charomim. Ma lahalon mechiro imoy, afkan mechiro imoy. It's just like by cher, you cannot sell. So too by meiser you can't sell. Omar Rav Nachman bar Rav Huna berei, the Rav Yeshua mufnei. You must say that it's these words lo yigol are completely extra, because if not, you have a creek. We have a big kasha. Diloi mufnei kilim mifrach. I could ask the kasha. Ma'il charomim shekein chalim ala kol. So again, cherim. A person says this object should be cherim for the kohen. He has to give it to the kohen. It's a donation to the kohen. Once he said it, came out of his mouth, donation to the kohen. Let's say he says it on a oila. He says my oila should be a cherim to the kohen. So now I have to see how much value does the oila have to this individual. If somebody said, I'll sell you an animal right now, I'll give you this animal, you could only do one thing with it, bring it as a carbon oila. How much are you willing to give for it? He's willing to give $100. So take $100, give it to the kohen.
So this animal has already been consecrated, set aside as an item?
Yeah, but you just have to give the value of it to the kohen. Because you can't give an oil to the kohen.
It's not used anymore anyway.
Right.
An oil is...
Correct.
So it's like me saying, cherem, jacket is cherem.
Of course, I could say erkiolai. I could say erchacholai. Your value,
Yeah.
I have to give to the Beis Hamikdash. That's a pasuk. Erchin. Next Masechta. You're Erech. I don't know who you are. I'm going to take you, bring you to the market, see how much you're worth as a slave, and that's what I'm going to give. I said, this oila is a cherem. I can't do anything with this oila. It's not mine to give. It goes to the mizbeach. Whatever the value is, we're not going into hilchas cherem. The point is in cherem, I could do cherem on everything, but I can't do meiser. If I said Oh, this oil is Meiser. It's a joke.
The same as Erchin though? Erchin is...
No, I'm saying as a concept. I'm just showing what?
Cherem, you have to own it though, don't you? That's what he's asking.
Not necessarily. I don't think
You
so.
don't.
I don't think so because over here you have to redeem the value and give it to the client. I don't know. When we get to Cherem, we'll learn about this Cherem. Oh, the point is that it has a special thing to it. It applies to everything. What's not so understood in Rashi is why does he say that it applies to everything that I could do? Just say it applies to everything. Literally everything. I could do it on a tree, and I could do it on a donkey. Whereas Meiser, I can only do it on my sheep and my goats. Rashi comes up with this whole two pshatim in Rashi. Either Rashi says it means I could do it to my whole flock. I could say Cherem, all my animals in my ranch. I have 10,000 animals. They're all to the kohen. Meiser's only every 10.
Right.
That's why it's more chomer. Chalal akol.
Right.
So memela, we have to say, Chaim, we want to know what Masechta is it that has all. It's going to be you would remember. Your least. That's what I'm saying. Which Masechta do you skip? That's what we want to know.
All right.
Okay, so Malach Harosh Yichalam Alkol. So therefore, says Gemara, Lai, you're right. It must be Mufna. This must be completely extra. Which one? Which one of these two is extra? If one of these is extra, then I have a Gzeir Shava that I cannot refuse. So I don't know. So the Gemara is going to go through step by step. Which one is extra now? Oh, Gemara starts off with the one that's going to slug off as usual. It's going to go away from this. The Gemara starts off saying, this red guy, this lo yigol is extra by Cherem. I don't need it. Why don't I need it? Because I can learn it from one of these two. I can learn the concept, do not redeem Cherem from either Bechor or Meiser. What's the question on that? Why can't I learn out Cherem from one of these two? Because the green is on the bottom. Because Bechor is Chodesh Merechem. Meiser, Chodesh Lefanav, Chodesh La'achrav. I could be Magdish 9 and 11. And Cherem not. So maybe I can't learn out Cherem. That's what the Gemara is going to say. I can't learn out Cherem from anything. So therefore, it's not extra. Says the Gemara, yes, the words lo yigol, lo yoyma lo yigol is extra b'charomim, v'yigmar ma'meiser, let me learn out from Meiser. Ma'meiser kodesh v'nei nigal, this guy's having a conniption over here. We're doing, huh? You okay? Everything's beseder. Av charomim kedoshim v'nei nigolim. No, maybe you'll ask a Bam Kasha like you asked last night. I think I wasn't listening. Av charom, no, I was told that you asked a good question. Av charom g'doyishim ein nigolim doesn't say it in the pasuk. It says in the Gemara. It says mepi. It doesn't say. Fine. Av charom g'doyishim ein nigolim. So Mela, I'm going to learn out from Cherem that you cannot be loyal. I'm going to learn Cherem from Meiser that you can't do gula. And Mela, the words lo yigol are completely extra to give us a very strong zeh shava between Meiser and
no, Bechor and Cherem.
No, Meiser. We're learning Meiser. How do you know Meiser? Meiser and Cherem. So I don't need the words legal by Cherem. They're completely extra to teach us the other Gzeir Shava that you cannot sell Meiser. As the Gemara no, Meiser has a special chumrah. If a person messes up, 3 animals are kodesh. Elo lo yoymer lo yigol b'charomim. One more try by Cherem. Let's learn out the concept that you can't redeem Cherem from the other guy, from Bechor. And we're going to say Bechor has its own chumrah. It's kodesh merachem. Lo yigol b'charom yigol mar milchor. Ma Bechor kodesh v'nei nigal av charom kodesh v'nei nigolim. Let's learn the whole concept of geula, of b'diah, from Bechor, and therefore the words lo yigol by Cherem are completely extra. To teach us the Gzeir Shava lo yigol, that Meiser cannot be sold. Lo yigol because Rachmana Lamali lafnuye. Not a good mufna.
It
So
doesn't matter that it says lo tifta, not lo yigol.
it does in a second. We're going to get there. Gemara brings that up. Hello, so I'm going to ask you. No, is there a difference between tifda and lo yigol? They mean the same exact thing. Could you learn Gzeir Shava when they mean the same exact thing?
Yes.
Why? How do you know?
We have many cases.
Many cases. 11 times Shas. V'shava kohen u'ba kohen. even though they don't say the same thing, they mean the same thing. You do Gzeir Shava. So what's the Gemara's answer? At least 5 times in Shas. That's only when you have nothing else to compare it to. But when you had, I'm just stop. We're jumping ahead, but I thought I remember that. It has, you can't learn Chayrim from Bechor because Bechor is special. It's Kaddish when it comes out of its mother, and Chayrim you have to be Magdish it. You have to say this is a Chayrim. Ella. So now the Gemara goes back. The Gemara goes to where it really learns it from. Why is the word like extra and mufna to make it a strong Zereshava? The words Leigal are extra by Meiser because I can learn the whole concept of anything I need. In Meiser, I can learn from Bechor because it says Avar. That we had a few times already. It says V'havarta kol Peter Rechem by Bechor, and it says that you should be maver the sign over there by the Meiser. It says Havara, and therefore I learn everything from Bechor. Ma Bechor Kadosh Vein Nigal. It's just like there's no idea by Bechor of Meiser Kadosh Vein Nigal. Leigal the Kadosh Rachmana Meiser Lamali. So the words Leigal are completely extra La'afnuye, and now within this Gzeir Shava that we just said, Leigal Chayrim to Meiser, it's such a strong Gzeir Shava that I can't use one of these guys in the bottom to refute it because the words Leigal are extra. If they weren't extra, you just did a simple old Gzeir Shava Leigal, then I could come up with some sort of pircha. There's no comparison. One has Chal al Akol, one has Lefon Avachra. But once I have Leigal that's completely extra, then it makes it a very strong Gzeir Shava. You can't refute it. Says the Gemara. No, it doesn't mean it's more Chomer, but each one has its specialty, and therefore I can't learn one thing out of the other. Even if Bechor, let's say, is more Chomer than Meiser, I can't learn it out from Meiser because Meiser has its own individual Chumrah, unless it's Mufna. At the end of the day, how could you learn out Meiser from Chayrim, Meiser from Bechor, the Avara? We just said that Bechor has this thing down here, Kadosh Merechem. The same way you learned it, the same way you a second ago from Chayrim, you said you can't learn out Chayrim from Bechor, you can't learn out Meiser from Bechor. Says the Gemara, you could. Why? V'havarto ro yatiruhu. Here. I don't know if you need this, but at the end of the day, the Gemara says this pasuk v'havarto kol Peter Rechem. What would happen if I didn't have the word v'havarto? Pass it through. I don't have it. I start the pasuk from here. Kol Peter Rechem Lashem. Perfect. So this word is completely extra. So then I come back to this word that's extra. I can't shlug off anything that's extra. So now I have a bomb. Havara Meiser to Bechor, and there's no. I can't use Kadosh Merechem to refute it because the word V'havarta is extra.
So now I have 2 mufnas?
Yeah, I have 2 mufnas.
And Leigal.
V'havarta is extra, Lo Yigal is extra, and the point is to get to the Lo Yigal that I learned Lo Yigal from Chayrim, that you can't sell. Bechor Nami Leila Geula Mecharom. So this is Noam's question. At the end of the day, why don't I just learn Bechor from Chayrim? It says by Bechor Lo Sifta, and it says by Chayrim Lo Yigal. So when we started off the study today, we said that Bechor you're allowed to sell. It's only nicer you're not allowed to sell. So let's make it Isser that you're not allowed to sell a Bechor because I have Gzeir Shava Lo Sifta and Lo Yigal. What's the Gemara's answer? They're not the same words. Lo Sifta and Lo Yigal just mean the same thing.
What's happening is to sell a Bechor.
What?
What's happening is to sell a Bechor.
Well, no, you could sell a Bechor. You could sell a Bechor.
You can.
Nice weekend.
But you have to get the money to...
No, when you give it to a client, the client can do whatever he wants with it. He could sell
It
it.
means the
client could sell it.
What status? When you have the Bechor or when
No, when you give it to the client. After you give it to the client. Not of course, now we're saying, maybe you shouldn't be able to sell it. Maybe I learned Bechor from Chayrim, I shouldn't be able to sell it.
Meiser you can't sell.
Yes, 200 weeks.
The Meiser,
We made a special
says the Gemara, is Mufna, the Bechor le Mufna. I can't learn. Meiser is extra. Why? Because I have the Havarta that already told me that the Lo Yigal is extra, right? Because of the Havarta, so now I know Lo Yigal is extra, like we discussed before. As the Gemara, my Chazas, the Leitiv, the Bechor le Gufei, with the Meiser la Afnuye. We're getting to Noam's question slowly. So we said that Lo Tifda by a Bechor teaches us that you can't redeem. And the Meiser and the Lo Yigal, the whole drasha is Lo Yigal. For Meiser. The aim of the Meiser L'Gufei, the Bechor Lafnuye. The bottom line is, why don't I just reverse it? Do the whole drasha from Lo Sifda to Lo Yigal. That's the Gemara's kasha now. On that the Gemara says, Dorim Gula Megula, Vein Dorim Dia Megula. It makes a lot more sense to do these two together because they're exactly the same words, Lo Yigal by Meiser and Lo Yigal by Cherem, rather than to learn it from Bechor, which says Lo Sifta. Ma'inaf Gemina. Who cares how the word is? What we care is the meaning of the word. Patana de Merishmal, V'shavat Koinu Ba'akoin, Zui Shiva, Zui Bia. Now the reason why I looked it up is because I remember this teretz so much, and I want to see, and it's fascinating. It brings it like 11 different places, in 11 different limudim, and like 5 or 6 of the places, the Gemara is the same exact lashon. That's only if we have no other better choice. But in this place, and they're all different. It's not a reputation. It doesn't repeat this Gemara. It's brand new limudim. The Gemara says the same lashon every single time. Zui Shiva, Zui Bia. Hani mili heichadelekadamile. Yes, theoretically I can learn Lo Sifta from Lo Yigal. If I didn't have this guy in the middle, if I didn't have Meiser that says Lo Yigal. But now that I have Lo Yigal by Meiser, it makes a lot more sense to learn Lo Yigal from Lo Yigal. Another one last question before we finish this Rav. We learned before all halachas from Bechor. From what? From Bahavarta Bahavarta. It says Havara by Bechor, Bahavarta go B'derechem, right? This pasuk over here. Bahavarta go B'derechem. And by Meiser, it says you should be Ma'aver Tachas HaShevet. And we learned one direction. We learned Meiser from Bechor. The halachas of Bechor go to Meiser. But maybe we should do Takar. Maybe we should also do the halachas of Meiser to Bechor. Not just the halachas of Bechor to Meiser, but the halachas of Meiser to Bechor. V'leila Bechor avar Meiser. That what? That should be usher to sell a Bechor. And we are allowed to sell a Bechor. The Gemara is just repeating. At the end of the day, we just learned Lo Yigal, to teach us the halacha that you can't sell. And once you can't sell Meiser, Bechor you shouldn't be able to sell either because I have a Jershav from Bechor to Meiser. Says the Gemara, you're right. Who there's a special meal by Cherem Dafka Cherem, this is Isser Mechira, and not by Bechor. Who told you where to use the word who? Maybe you should use the who against Meiser, not against Bechor. Meiser Gulaka Moisai. Because at the end of the day, Meiser has the same words, Lo Yigal. Makes a lot more sense to use the word who for something a little bit stranger and different, like a Bechor. That's it. Now, teretz number 2. Again, what's the question? What are you trying to learn here? We got a little lost there. We're trying to figure out how Meiser Behema, how do you know that you cannot sell it? If you want to sell your Meiser Behema, you can't sell it. Rava Omar.
You can't sell it in Israel.
What?
You can't sell it in Israel.
Anybody.
The owner. Meiser Behema belongs to the owner, not the client.
Next thing is the problem.
No, he eats it each time.
What do we have here? Okay. Zog the Gemara, Rava Omar, Lo Yigal the Charamim Lo Yitzarach. Now, what's interesting is that Rashi has a bunch of kashas on this girsa, and on Amid Beis, smack in the middle of Rashi says, Vachi Perusha, Rava Omar, Omar Rava, Lo Yimach Charamim Lo Yitzarach. Basically, Rashi is saying that this girsa is wrong. You wouldn't know it until you get to Amid Beis, that the word here is supposed to say, Rava Omar, Lo Yimacher the Charamim Lo Yitzarach. I have it? Maybe. No, I guess not. Not today. Fine. The point is that it says in the pasuk Lo Yimacher. Don't sell a cherem. Forget about for a second the word Lo Yigal. Okay, let's go with Rashi's Girsa, Lo Yimacher. It says in the Torah, it does say in the Torah both things in the same pasuk. It says Lo Yimacher. Lo Yitzarach. I don't need the words Lo Yimacher. I don't need the Torah to tell me you can't sell a cherem. What happened again? Cherem. The guy Yisrael says, I want to benefit my Kayan, Rabbi Schoenberg. I want to give him.
It says
I want-
Macher and Lo Yigal.
It does in the pasuk. That's what I said.
Both.
Yeah. But we're ignoring the Lo Yigal for now.
Focus on
We're
the Lo
focusing on the Yemacher. I want to give him the Stender. So instead of saying Rabbi Schoenberg, take a Stender, I say this Stender is Cherub. Okay. So I have nothing to do with it. I can't use it. I can't do anything with it. What can I possibly do with the Stender now? Says the Gemara, I cannot sell it when it's in my possession because it's not mine. It's Kaddish. And once it gets to Rabbi Schoenberg the Kohen, he can do whatever he wants. So why does the Torah say Lo Yemacher? It makes no sense. The words Lo Yemacher are completely unnecessary. What do you do with it? And then the Gemara pulls off a classic. Once I don't need it, the words are completely extra. I'm going to use it for a different parsha completely, called Meiser. We're talking about Cherem. I don't need it by Cherem. I'm going to use it for Meiser.
How do we know though if I'm not allowed to sell a cherem?
Here, the Gemara brings a pasuk.
Another puzzle.
Another pasuk. Omar, Rav Omar, Loi Yemacher the Charomim like Tzarech. The Isnu Heicha. Where is it? Who possesses it right now? I Bei Baalim Hegdish Ninu. If it's by the owner, it's Hegdish. Over here, Rashi has a big problem with this. So what if it's Hegdish? Hegdish you're allowed to redeem. You're allowed to redeem all sorts of Hegdish. Elamai, we're talking about the word Yemacher. You're not allowed to sell it. That's a problem. You can't sell Hegdish. And that's why Rashi erases the Lo Yigal. Fine. eBay coin chulaninu. And once the coin receives it, it's his to do whatever he pleases. Because there's a pasuk kol cherem kodesh kadoshim hu l'Hashem. It has a halacha of kodesh kadoshim. You can't sell it. But once you give it to him, kechol chol devrayim shenema kol cherem b'Yisrael l'chayeh lo yigal or lo yimacher. The kasher rachmana lamali. So why does the Torah say lo yimacher? If it has no point, it's not necessary, completely extra words by the parsha of Cherem, I need to take it, uproot it from Cherem, and use it in my parsha where I need it, which is Meiser. So you're going to ask me, how do we know and what happened and this and that? They had a Kabbalah. This is how it was from Har Sinai. This is how they learned it. We're just repeating it here. We're not making it up now, Chaim. So I'm going to learn it. Meiser gula kamoisai. Te'atneu in the Meiser. Fine. So if I can't use it for Cherem, I use it for Meiser. To teach me, Rava says that I cannot sell Meiser. So that's how Rava understands it. From the word Lo Yemacher. Maybe the Torah is telling us that you can't sell a Bechor. And we know you could sell a Bechor, the price says. Meiser, Gula Kamoisai. At the end of the day, Meiser is much more similar to Cherem because it says Lo Yigal, Lo Yigal. Third shot. How do I know that you can't sell Meiser? Rashi Omar Lo Yigal, the Meiser Lo Yemacher. When the Torah says the words Lo Yigal, it doesn't mean don't redeem. It means don't sell. It cannot mean don't redeem. It doesn't make any sense to say that. Why? Nice proof here. It says in this week's parasha, Parashat Bechoros, 2 psukim before the end of the parasha, before the end of the Chumash, we're going to say, right? How does it go? It's not Le'nei Kol Yisrael, it's something else. The kids are chazak, whatever the words are in the pasuk, but right, one pasuk before that says, V'hoyo, you're going to remember this week. V'hoyo hu smuraso yeh kodesh lo yigal. This meiser that we're talking about, it should be him and his tamura. What's tamura? If somebody says, this animal, this other animal should be instead of my meiser, a meiser walked out of the thing, Hoyo v'hu smuraso yeh kodesh lo yigal. Can't redeem it. Right, we said already. Bechor and Meiser you can't redeem on the Tamura. Now, says Rav Ashi, let me prove it to you. In Masai says Tamura, what is the pasuk talking about? Mechayim. That's why you can make Tamuras when the other animals are alive. They're all alive. So therefore, the second part of the pasuk, I don't know if you can see, it's not so big. It says in the same pasuk, Tamurasa, Lo Yigal, then they're talking about it in the same status. Just like this word over here is talking about the animals alive, how else do you do Tamura? So Lo Yigal is alive. So Memela, the only time I can't do Geula, I can't do B'diyah is when it's alive. Mashma, when it's dead, I could do B'diyah. Now that doesn't make sense. We have a big problem. In order to do B'diyah, we know you have to stand the animal up on all four and appraise it, see how much it's worth. You cannot stand the animal up when it's dead. You can't do Hamad Arocha, you can't do B'diyah. So then, how could you say that you can do B'diyah after it's dead? Ella, Shema Mino, Lo Yigal, Lo Yimocheru. So you must say that the words Lo Yigal don't mean literally don't redeem. It means don't sell. And I ask you a question: how do I know you can't sell meiser? Because it says in the pasuk you can't sell meiser. It says Lo Yigal. It just used the funny word instead of mechira. And the Gemara is going to address that in a second. Why use a funny word? Use Lo Timkar. Now we just explained according to one. Now we have to explain the other manama. There's one manama that says you need to stand it up. What about if you hold it? You don't have to stand it up. How do you explain it then? You have to stand it up and appraise it. Says Rav Ashi, is it possible to say that when it's alive you cannot redeem it, but when it's dead you could? That's why the Gemara understood in the beginning. This is the opposite of what we learned once. Someone has to remind me where we learned it. It's like mamish on the tip of my tongue. We just learned that if something is not so kadosh, something like gizan avodah kind of thing. If something is not so kadosh, you can't redeem it. You have to have a full-fledged kedusha, then you can redeem it. No?
No, we said if it's possible, if a bechor becomes possible after its first year,
Yeah.
then you can't redeem it.
You just had it.
That's what it was. It was
After-
after,
No?
After 30 days.
Somebody?
Yeah, after 30 days.
after 30 days. I thought after a year.
Let's
A bechor is
in
only
a
a full
millisecond
year.
before I even finish the question. Anyways, the point is that we saw Mefurish, and that was the whole sugya, that in order to do pidyon, you have to have a full-fledged kedusha. It's only when it's very kadosh could you do pidyon. When it's a weaker kedusha, then you cannot do pidyon. We just learned it sometime. I don't know, a few weeks
It's
ago.
the opposite
I don't even
of
remember
before.
when. You remember, right? It's right there. So,
Isn't
but over here the Gemara says,
kids of a bechor that after a year and it has a mom, then it's all his kids.
kids of a bechor.
Yeah. If that was a few daf ago, that's what we said.
No, there wasn't a few that ago. It was like a
something with the plow. Plow was
dubar.
I think so. The Uber is
Oh.
is half. I mean,
That's his soccer is going on that thing.
That's fun.
That's what he's talking about. The Uber, he's talking about the kids. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
All right. You're gonna ask Yedidi, I'll tell you guys now. Akoparim over here, the Gemara says the opposite for a second, and then the Gemara takes it back. The Gemara says, "Alam aloi mechaim da lima kedushasei loy mifrak, lachashchita da akel loy kedushasei mifrak." So when it's Ali Mekdushasei Loy Mifra. The reason why you can't redeem it because it has a lot of kedusha. But after you shecht it, the kedusha goes away, and therefore I could redeem it. So the Gemara no. This is what we learned, and this is what we have to remember. This halacha. This was the yisoid then. The pidyon is chal on it because it's so strong. The kedusha. Loy Mifra, yet you cannot redeem something that's alive. So Memela, that's it. At the end of the day, according to the Mandama that says that you don't need Hamod of Aracha, but I can't redeem it after it's dead because I can't redeem it when it's alive, when it has a lot of Kedusha. So certainly when it's dead and doesn't have a lot of Kedusha, I can't redeem it. So Memela, the word Le'igal doesn't mean Le'igal. The word Le'igal means Le'imacher. And here I see, according to Rav Ashi, that I cannot sell meiser. As the Gemara, says the Gemara, why say a funny word? Really mean loyimacher. Says the Gemara, because maybe if the Torah only said loyimacher, I would think you're allowed to redeem it. I just can't sell it because selling is not nice. It's not proper to sell something kaddish like meiser. But it makes sense to redeem it. Why? The Eli Dam of the Hektish, because at the end of the day, Hektish benefits from it. The Hachikaz Rahman Goel. The loy is the abunay mizdavim. The loy miprik. I can't do either, or I can't sell it and I can't redeem it. With the Raisa, you can't sell it when it's alive, and you can't redeem both with the Raisa. But in both cases, even after it's dead.
What's that concept of it in the phone? What do you mean? It's not nice. What?
Oh, that we just had that Bechor, you can't sell it in a marketplace. You can only sell in your house. You can't sell it with weights because it's not nice. You don't treat the meat of hegdish. You don't throw out slabs of meat. This is hegdish you're talking about. So don't sell it. It's not something you sell. It's something you give away nicely as a present, maybe. So is the chol. You're treating it with disrespect. Selling it is disrespect. I would think so. What?
Thing, but this is known stuff. And the marketplace is shouting out their thing, wants to buy this meat. And
Right.
It's a more bizayon.
It's a bizayon. How do you sell meat? You hang it on a little thing, on a hook. It's dangling. The flies come to it. It's in the marketplace. That's not how you treat a meiser man.
Sounds like.
This is whether you buy it in the supermarket.
Not nowadays. Look at how they did it. Beis Shammai Oimrim. Nu sugya. Okay, we're done with the limudim. Beis Shammai Oimrim leimoni Yisraelim kohen lebechor. The question here is, if you have a bechor that has a mum and the kohen is eating it, could he invite a Yisrael to participate in his meal? Beis Shammai say no. Beis Hillel matirim vafilu goy. Beis Hillel say you can invite anybody. Once it's the kohen's, you can invite anybody to his meal.
It's no longer.
What?
It's no longer. It's hectic, but it's.
No, yeah, it loses its kedusha. Come says according to Masnisa Mari. Who says this thing that you could even give it to a goy? Rebbe Kivi, the Sanya Bechore Nimrim Olav Ela Chabura Shekula Kehanim. The Rebbe Sham hold. The only people that could eat are Kehanim. Ubesil Oimrim Afilu Zorim. Rebbe Kiva Matra Afilu Goy. So this part that says Beisil say it's a goy is Rebbe Kiva in the Mishnah. By the time of the Beis Shammai,
He said even a Jew, even a regular Jew.
well, if a goy, so even a regular Jew.
Of course, every keeper is going to say even a regular Jew. That's
Ashrechem Shalom. My time of the Beis Shammai Nechsivu B'Sarim Yelloch. Now, really, you need the end of the pasuk. If you want to look at your Torah or like Kamiansky, you could, or you could just look over here. Yelloch. Kachazei after folks Shoy Kayomin.
Listen, the Mishnah says, Beis Hillel says, Afilu Goy.
Right, that's what I just pointed out.
But
The
our
Mishnah that says Beis Hillel holds like that, it's Rebbe Kiva and Beis Hillel. Rebbe Kiva is explaining Beis Hillel that they hold that even a goy. It's not so poshut that Beis Hillel holds that. It's Rebbe Kiva and Beis Hillel. But this pasuk says Chazei u'chashoy. That what's Chazei u'shoy? That's Matis Kuhuna. So the Bechor is like Chazei and Shoy, just the breast and the thigh of the animal that only Kohen could eat. Good Svar says Beis Shammai. Ma'asim Kohanim in Yisrael loy. Aval Kohanim in Yisrael loy. Ooh, Beis Hillel Hanim Milei. We're holding the Flam Gimel and the Aleph. Ooh, Beis Hillel Hanim Milei Tam. Ava Balmum Ksiv Atome Bator Yachde V'Yichulenu. Umatome now like a logic here. If a kohen becomes tamei, he can't partake with the kachim kalim yet. He's strong enough. The bechor he eats a bechor. The kohen zor shoyach bekachim kalim, and he didn't shoyach bechor. So a Yisrael who could eat kachim, he's better off than a kohen that's tamei. So certainly he should be able to eat a bechor. Ikil mifrach malat tamei she can hutar mechlali ba'avodas tzibur. A tamei, he cannot do the avodah. When we're discussing eating, you see that Yisrael is better off than a kohen tamei, and therefore Yisrael should be able to eat a bechor. Have a wonderful day, Rabbi Yisrael.
It's extreme machlekes, no?
What?
It's extreme machlekes.
If a goy or nobody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a
It's
question?
different.
Do we know